It's just gone 24 minutes past 6. Thanks again for joining us on Sunrise. It is Tuesday, which means on the show that we're celebrating those that are young and up and coming, anything with a youth focus as well. Now, we know that small businesses are pillars to economic development. They support economic development. They contribute at least 73% towards the country's GDP. And we know that the business sector creates an opportunity for young and upcoming entrepreneurs to participate in the economic development of the country, or environment of the country. But today we are joined by Dr. Nondumiso Mzizana. She's the 2011 Businesswoman of the Year. And we also have with us Kiamo Matsu. She's a young entrepreneur. We're going to talk about the Success Summit, which has recently been launched. And if you'd like to engage with us, why not give us a call, 011-537-9333 or 9345. You can also tweet us and we'll take your messages on Facebook as well. Ladies, thanks so much for joining us. Dr. Nondumiso, I'm going to start with you.
Thank you, Stacey.
First of all, I mean, we've never chatted to you prior to your award, so congratulations for that. It's a huge achievement, especially if we consider the women agenda in South Africa and we combine the business agenda as well. Has it been easy for you since winning the award?
I've been sailing through. I always sail through. It's been an amazing experience. You know, I've done what I love the most, which is to give back, and hence why we are having the Success Summit.
Yeah.
We had the first Success Summit last Friday at Melrose Arch, and we're going for the next one at Sheraton Hotel on the 26th. It's an amazing experience.
Fantastic,
you know, you get to meet people you never thought you'll ever meet, and you mingle with the cream of the crop.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
you can develop all this head knowledge and theoretical knowledge, but Kiamo, you can tell us it's only when you meet women and you discuss things in a practical way can you really move forward in business.
Yes, absolutely, I agree. The Success Summit created a beautiful platform, especially for young entrepreneurs. And so I know it was very important for everybody to be there. And Dr. Nondumiso did such an amazing job at it. And I love the fact that she gave back, and she's also my mentor. So
That's fantastic.
That meant a lot.
Many young entrepreneurs out there saying,
She's
I
my
need
baby.
a mentor. Yeah. And mentorship is it's vital in business.
It's very, very vital. You know, I'm encouraging that each and every successful woman must adopt a baby girl, you know, and nurture that baby girl and grow that baby girl. You know, you shouldn't sleep until that baby girl becomes a multi-millionaire like you.
Yeah.
Then you've achieved.
So how many girls are you taking under your wing?
At the moment, I'm doing chemo because it's very important that you don't take as many as possible. You must concentrate on few. 2, 1 is enough. You know, so then once that person has grown, she can mentor others as well. Because once you take a lot on your cup, then you want to do a good job.
Yeah, you're dividing your attention.
Yes,
I'm digressing a little bit off the topic, but should a young woman actively pursue a mentorship relationship, or is it something that's really opened by the mentor?
Stacey, I wish I had a mentor when I started my business. You know, I wish I had somebody to guide me, to direct me to the right path. You know, I fumbled all the way, and it was tough. But you know, if you've got a mentor, you've got this map that directs you exactly where to go. And it's very important that every woman must have a mentor.
So how did the two of you meet for the first time? Was it through the summit?
It's amazing. No, not at all. It's amazing. I was on Destiny magazine.
Yes.
Then I think she saw me from there. Then she wrote a beautiful letter. I mean, many people wrote to me during that time because I'm an inspiration to so many young women, you know. So when I read her letter, it touched my heart. So I wanted to connect with this letter. So then I emailed back a long one as well. That was the beginning of the relationship.
And I'm glad we highlighted that and we touched on that, because that's the reason why I asked, are you supposed to pursue it? There is an active response that's required from someone if you're looking for a mentor, if you want to change your business as well. Kiamo, we're going to come back to you and chat to you about that. We're going to go to the news headlines first, and then we'll continue the discussion after that.
Stacey.
We're talking about the Success Summit with Dr. Nondumiso Mzizana, as well as Kiamo Matsu. She's a young entrepreneur. If you have any questions for these young ladies, especially if you're a young female entrepreneur, you've got to give us a call, 011-537-9333 or 9345, or leave them on our Facebook page and tweet us as well. As I mentioned, Mark Chase is standing by with your news headlines.
Hey,
6:36 a.m. We're chatting to Dr. Nondumiso Mzizana. She's the 2011 Businesswoman of the Year, and alongside her is Kiamu Machu. She's a young entrepreneur. We're talking about the Success Summit, and that took place last Friday. In fact, Dr. Nondumiso, can you chat to us about why you decided to start the summit?
After winning the Businesswoman of the Year 2011, I didn't want to just watch my crown gathering dust. So I decided to give back to rural women by then organizing the Success Summit, whereby I will be taking entrepreneurs in this country to the next level. And hence the proceeds go to rural women development, whereby we'll choose some woman and then make sure that she can start a business with the funds that we get from the Success Summit. And that's how I started Success Summit.
So you won in 2011 and you were part of the judging panel in 2012.
Yes, in 2012. Judged amazing women, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, Hesh won the award. Yeah.
For
brilliant
2012.
woman,
Yeah.
Brilliant, hardworking woman.
What type of criteria do they look for when choosing the Businesswoman of the Year? Because, I mean, that must be, there are some strong runners in the category.
You have to have a turnover of over 35 million, and you must have run your business for at least a number of years, and you must empower people in your business, have women especially. We are very sensitive about empowering women, and make sure you empower youth as well in the process, and be involved in your community.
This is what we're talking about, is that more women need to come alongside one another, work together, not operate in silos, not think that every woman behind you is there to take your spot.
Yes.
That you have your own unique spot, and we have Portia calling us. She's on the line from Port Elizabeth. Good morning, Portia. Portia, can you switch your television set off, and then perhaps we can get you back on the line. And for any of our callers, in fact, our number is 011537933 or 9345. You can definitely call us. But before you do so, please switch your television sets off as well. Kiama, I mean, do you think the current economic climate, economic environment in South Africa supports young entrepreneurs, or do you think that it's on the part of the entrepreneur to make of it what they can, or do you think fundamental changes need to happen in South Africa?
I think it's a combination of both. I think the government is coming up and realizing that they have to support young entrepreneurs, and that's why they have the NYDA and other agencies. But also, young entrepreneurs have to step up too. You can't just want to be something, but you're not willing to work on it. And therefore, you have to try, and you have to look out there and do your research. It doesn't help to just come up with an idea, but then let it become a pipe dream. It's all about passion at the end of the day.
Yeah. And you've got to take the initiative. We have Portia back on the line. Good morning, Portia.
Morning. I'm so sorry about that.
No worries. You're calling us from Port Elizabeth.
Yes.
Are you a young entrepreneur, or are you in business?
I'm interested in business.
Okay.
I was wondering, I'm also a young person, so I would also like to start my own business. So what advice would you give to me?
What?
Because I need some inspiration to, like, a mentor, like the young lady next to Dr. Nondumiso.
Yeah, you've got to earmark someone, and then try and make contact with him. But what industry are you interested in?
Just the world of business, starting my own business.
Okay, so there's not like fashion or catering or anything like that specific?
No, fashion.
I would say, I mean, let's see from Dr. Nondumiso, what would your first point of advice be for Portia?
Portia, the first thing you have to do is to remove that fear, girl. Go for it. You know, go for what you're dreaming of. You know, just go for it. Remove fear, because what holds people back is that fear to start.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And make sure that you go for it. Whatever it is that you want to go into, just go there with your closed eyes.
Yeah.
And do it.
Head on into it.
Yes.
And yourself, Kiama, what advice would you have for Portia?
I would tell Portia to actually figure out what is it that she's definitely passionate about, because she has to be specific. It doesn't help to just want to go into business. You have to be specific and then go for it, as Doctor said.
Yeah, and passion being the vital word there that Kiama used. So Portia, find out what you're passionate about, and then go and find a mentor in that area as well. Now, Cindy is in our newsroom. She's looking at our Facebook page, other questions and comments coming through. What are you saying, Cindy?
Thanks so much, Stacey. And on our Facebook page, we're asking you if you support young entrepreneurs. We're speaking to Dr. Nondumiso Mzizana, who is a Businesswoman of the Year in the entrepreneur category, and a young entrepreneur, Kiamo Matsu, on issues facing young business people. Now, Zola Kemtombeni says, I do support it big time. It's wiser to start a business at an early age because you're able to create jobs for other people, unlike looking for employment from someone else. Hence, this will eliminate and reduce unemployment in our society. Maruping Vincent Nyagale says, yes, I do support young entrepreneurs because I'm a parent who is looking forward to upgrading, securing the future of my children. Share with us the secret about your success career. Giamo, that one directed at you. Innocent Lava Meka Muele says, a big yes. If government can assist entrepreneurs, they may employ, or the economy might improve. And Fani Mkolisi Gumbi says, yes, if it makes someone or create jobs, it's fine with me because we're here to get jobs everywhere, no matter what. And Pekanald Tlo says, let me start by saying good morning. Yes, I support young people getting involved in business. And a last one from Manamulela, it says, most definitely everywhere you look nowadays, there's a small business. People are doing it for themselves and are not waiting on the government or anyone else to do it for them. Entrepreneurs contribute immensely to our GDP through the small businesses. I think the one question everybody's asking really, Stacey, is how do you start, and especially where does Giamo get the courage? Back to you in studio.
Yeah, it certainly, I'm sure, does take a lot of courage. And in fact, before we give Kiama the opportunity to answer that, we have Precious, and she's calling us from Johannesburg. Good morning, Precious.
Morning, ma'am. How are you?
Fine, thanks. And yourself?
I'm wonderful. I would like to ask a question to the lady who won the Businesswoman of the Year for this year.
Yeah.
She's talking about the summits that she has established. So my question is, are the other women who are also in business, if they were interested in joining the summit, are they qualified to, or what's the criteria for selection if you want to be part of the summit?
Okay, that's a good question. Yeah, our guests on the floor didn't hear your question, so I'm just going to relay to them. Precious is asking, what's the criteria to attend the summit? Is it, do you have to have a business already? Are you interested in business? What?
To attend the summit, you must either be aspiring to start a business, or you are already in business, but you want to take that business to the next level. So as long as you are passionate about starting a business, the summit is there to support you. Okay, we've got excellent speakers there that have really, excelled in their industries. For example, in the last summit, we had Ipileng Mkari, we had Alon Reyes, we also had the MEC Qetani Mahlangu speaking on infrastructure development and the opportunities that are available in that industry. I also spoke on pharmaceuticals and medical equipment supplies, and women were really amazed at how they gained from that summit. You gain so much because you get directed exactly how to get into property, into IT, and excel in that industry by experts. We don't just choose people who have just done it, but people who really have excelled in that industry. Yes.
Is there a cost attached to it?
There's a cost because remember, the proceeds must go to rural women. So to attend the summit is 2,000 rands.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the duration of the summit? Is it one day?
It's a one-day summit. It's a whole day summit.
Okay, so it starts in the morning.
In the morning,
and then obviously it will, until 5. Before I get the details on how women can register, Kiama, I mean, one of the questions that came through, and you're in events, and I joked about it earlier, saying at one point in time, it was the fad to get into events. Everyone wanted to have an event management company, but the hours are long. It takes a lot of work, a lot of discipline. You've got to have an eye for detail. It really isn't an easy job. And one of the questions that came through from Facebook was, where did you get the courage to just take the plunge and start your own business?
Ever since I was young, I've always been into business. So the events company I started with 2 of my partners. It's called The Law Events, and we just had to do it. It started when I was young, so I knew that I had to do it regardless. And it helped to have a mentor. And Doctor has always been there for me, regardless of whatever it is that I'm into. So, and it was God, actually. It was God. Because if you're meant to do something, it will happen.
Love that. And you know, you mentioned a powerful thing is that we need to focus on creating young entrepreneurs. We need to develop entrepreneurship programs, and not just in our high schools, in our primary schools as well, so our kids grow up with that thinking. So if anyone wants to attend the summit, Doctor, what do they do?
They must call 012-346-3072. The website, Kimu?
The website is www.successsummit.net.
Okay, so those are the details. We put them on the bottom of your screen, www.successsummit.net. Do you want to give me that number again?
012-346 3072.
346-3072. That's if you want to attend the Success Summit for an investment, not a cost, an investment of 2,000 Rand. You can go onto the website as well. It's going to do a lot for your business and your career as well. Dr. Nondumiso Mzizana, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Stacey.
Thank you so much for joining us. Dr. Nondumiso is a 2011 Businesswoman of the Year. She's a dentist by profession, and she's just launched the Success Summit. And Kiamo Machu is with us as a young entrepreneur. Two ladies changing the world of business in South Africa. We'll see you in a short while. Sports coming up. There's that Telkom knockout clash today between Amatix and Mamelodi Sundowns. That's going to be interesting. That and other sports stories coming up in a short while with Cindy.